Hi, this is A. Wilson. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is music. Uh, June's Diary had posted last week or week before last. I think it was the week. I think it was the week of Easter, where they were saying they were going to be at Coachella with Muni Long. I said, "Ooh, that's good." And then Frank Gaston got in the comments and said, "Oh yeah, that's great. That's exciting for them. Exciting for them." And I was saying, "Oh yeah, that's a good look for them and stuff like that." And I said in my last video when Money Long had them doing background earlier this year, when our album first came out, and and stuff like that. And so I was saying I was glad that Money Long was taking a Jews diary on her journey with them as singing background singers. Now I did read on that Instagram that Ashley said she wished she could be there. Something happened where she couldn't be there because normally with three of them, but it was just Kristal and Shyann and stuff like that. So I finally got a chance to look at it because when they said, I said, "Ooh, I hope somebody put it on YouTube." And about 2 or 3 days later, I seen it on YouTube, and Money Long did an excellent performance. She always does good performances and stuff like that. Uh, she always has good stage presence and stuff like that. So when I saw it, you can see they look good in their pretty gold outfits. The camera had panned onto the stage and the band was already on stage. And at first it showed Money Long in this long tape and Kristal and Cheyenne in these long gold dresses. Because at first, when I saw it, just saw a little bit of it, from the poster. But then when I actually saw when the camera panned to the screen, and then next thing you know, the camera had panned to the audience. And when the camera panned to the audience, everybody was clapping. You could tell it was even though it was Coachella, a lot of people were standing up. It was a packed house. It was a packed house. And so when the camera panned back to the stage, Money Long had took off that cape, and she had on this pink this pink bathing suit that had these shimmery, glittery type of embellishments on it, and she looked real good. And she had kind of like um a thin brown chiffon top over the top of the bathing suit, and she started singing her verse along. The band started playing the music first, and then she started singing her verse, sang the song "Made for Me." And then she started singing, and while she was singing her voice, Crystal and Cheyenne from June's Diary was singing their poem, "Nobody, Nobody," and then and then after that they started singing "Made for Me," and then she started singing, and then she went across the stage. She started walking across the stage, made a long stage, and she said, "Audience, I want you to help me out. Sing this song with me. Sing this song with me." And then they started singing, and then she stopped, and they started saying, "Nobody, nobody," and they started, "Man." And then next thing you know, she said, "Ooh, let me go over this side." So she went over to the next side, and they said, "This side ain't as loud." She said, "Come on, y'all, sing a little louder, sing a little louder." So she sang a little louder, and then right in the middle of the performance, she stopped, and she let the audience sing, and then she started back singing her verse. And then while she was singing, while the audience was quiet, Jules Dyer was still singing "Nobody, Nobody," and then the band was still playing. And then when she started back singing her verse, she started walking across the stage singing "Nobody," and she was hitting those riffs and runs and high notes. And Jules Dyer was keeping up with her with those riffs and runs and high notes. And then, like I said, she stopped again in the middle of the performance. She started reporting to the band, and then that's when Crystal and Cheyenne started singing "Made for Me, Made for Me," and then "Nobody, Nobody." They kept repeating that 3 or 4 times. Then she started back singing, and then she stopped again in the middle of her performance. She said, "Coachella, y'all was made for me. This song was made for me." And then she stopped, and then the band started playing. Then she started singing again. And then she started singing "Nobody." And then Crystal and Cheyenne started singing about it, and all three of them just sung the song out, just sung the song out with the band and stuff like that. That was, like I said, that was good, great performance. And I think the theme that Money Long was going for was a black African queen with her tribe and her assistants. And I think Crystal and Cheyenne was representing the assistants, you know, the assistants to her right hand man when she was right hand women and stuff when she was not around. So that was all, like I said, a first all round good, amazing performance and stuff like that. And I do wish that June Diary could kind of, kind of maybe make a last, maybe make a last tribute album to their fans to do something. I mean, I understand a lot of up and coming or a lot of artists say they had to, they had to do sing background dance and do singing and stuff. But I mean, maybe one day, maybe someday, and stuff. Because I'm looking at it as these emerging groups keep on rising, like Siren, and then OFMG girls came back and it's the more, and then but that girl group back in the '90s, the Sugar Babies, they still coming back and forth doing stuff just like Escape. So I was saying this is kind of the time, but I guess yeah, I guess because the record industry is so messed up now. I already mentioned that in another video about what's called leaving upcoming area Linux and stuff like that. I'll do another video talking about area links and even a little bit of a Coco Jones. That's all I have for this video. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells like a TI is. I am out.